The two Innistrad sets are going to be rotating at the next rotation, but it's not too late yet to get in some vampire aggro. That's right, it's Tuesday, Tribal Tuesday, vampires. Aggro. Let's go. Welcome to the Attic Mana Dad here. This is the channel where we explore what is fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. Today, gonna play some vampire aggro in Standard. Vampires still putting up results. This is a 6-0 deck list I found on MTGO. It's got a sideboard, but we're gonna play best of one, so we won't worry about that. Falcon Wrath, Pit Fighter, 3 of these, 4 Voldaren Epicures. A little bit spicy here, Tech. I haven't seen this. Agatha's Soul Cauldron, good graveyard hate. Plus, we can give our vampire abilities to stuff. Vampire Socialite. Let's get some of the old favorites coming back. Florian, Voldaren Thrill Seeker, which doesn't often get used in vampire decks, but maybe it should. Markov Baron is one people kind of forgot about. Kind of just came out and left, but it's the 2/2 convocable vampire that buffs all the vampires. So it's got, we do have a vampire lord here. We've even got Voldaren Estate, which is a vampire land where we can pay life to cast a vampire spell. Not this deck does not run Vein Ripper. Vein Ripper, one of the best cards in both Standard and Pioneer at the moment, is a vampire. But we're calling this vampires aggro because we're not look at our curve. We're not running a 4-drop, we're not running a 5-drop, we're definitely not running a 6-drop here on this curve. We are all in on the cheaper vampires plus Vampire's Friend, of course, the Deep Cavern Bat, just so good you can run it in a vampire deck. 24 lands, so actual decent amount of lands for an aggro deck, but of course we're making blood tokens with things like Blood Tithe Harvester and Voldaren Epicure, so we can sift away those lands. All right, enough of my jabbering. Let's go to some action, but first we're going to get a special word from Tiny Bones.
Hold up, partner. It's me, Tiny Bones. Yes, that's my real name, not just my wife's nickname for me. As a skeleton thief, I'm always looking for a steal. Did you know that memberships on this channel cost the absolute minimum that YouTube allows? And you get access to videos early, which means you can steal deck ideas from the card sharps before their stagecoach even gets to town. Yeehaw! Some of the card sharps around these parts are so sharp, they're sharper than my adorable little baby teeth. Oh, so tiny. The really sharp ones are using the affiliate link in the description to buy the cards they like at suspiciously low prices. That video description has all kinds of loot. Too bad I never learned to read. Kids, don't grow up to be like me, Tiny Bones, living a life of crime and having no eyeballs. If only I growed up with a mana dad who always had a wrap up at the end of the video with surprising and useful information. Then they would call me Smarty Bones. Don't be like me, Tiny Bones. Be like a smarter, less tiny me, with eyeballs and a brain and such, and a plan for what to do with considerably more jewelry than my tiny little arms can lift. Oh, I'm late to rob a graveyard. Adios!
Up against Bukowsk. Minus the I. That's supposed to mean something. Blind Bukowski. Don't actually have a way to play this bat. It took a mulligan, I guess. Suppose we'll do Vampire Socialite. Something else presents itself, which it doesn't. Wisely let the damage through. Just trying to hold on and not have Make them either do a double trade here, which they won't do. Or we get our Markov Baron with some extra +1/+1. Seems like such a gentle strategy in the current standard. Look at me playing one creature a turn. Oh, and they did have the Knight Errant. Okay. Yeah, Warden and Adversary. Both of those are probably worth hitting with the bat. Let's see what else is in their hand. Oh, a Brutal Cathar. Well, got to take the removal first. That's the Iron Law. We'll sneak in for 3 with our Menace creature. Allow us to put this down with an extra counter on it. Adeline. Don't care to attack. Oh, hit some lands. I think I saved the Bitter Triumph to deal with the Intrepid Adversary, which they seem to be saving till they've got 4 mana. Of course, they can't play their other Aganjo. So what do I do here? I can fly with the bat and get a bigger Preacher. And we don't have Bitter Triumph open. Preacher does hold down the ground pretty well. Especially as a 4/6. Warden of the Inner Sky. That will get annoying. Guess I can't really take anything out until the Skrelv's gone. Oh, another bat. Oh. Let's see your last card there. Oh, it's another Adversary. Great. Well, if I attack here, they Skrelv they Aganjo the bat. So I suppose I'll just pass the turn. Kind of a stalemate. Coppercoat Vanguard, that's annoying. Let's take out Skrelv. Deal with anything else till we do. And now I don't believe they have ability to kill these bats. Sneak those in there. Get a nice fat Preacher. And get a nice Markov Baron. We shouldn't have tapped the lifelinker, but they had another Skrelv. Okay. We have a 1-turn window just to kill the Coppercoat Vanguard. Takenuma. Do I loot that away with the blood? I don't have anything if I miss on it. But I suppose I do. Oh, we hit a Restless Fence. Okay. mean, not that. The rest of this event's not that great for us either. Falcon Wrath Pit Fighter. Send one of these guys in. They have great blocks against it. Oh, they did have enough to Iganjo. I wasn't paying attention to that. Just chump the veteran. Well, what do they hit with the Cathar? That's the question. Do they hit a Markov Baron or do they hit the other preacher this gets them? Okay. Got a tax, but then I'm like trading a 1-drop for one of these guys. Gonna give that protection from red. Try and make me trade a Markov Baron for it. You know I will. Blood Tithe Harvester. Put the damage in. Take these big guys. We're at 29, they're at 10. Intrepid Adversary. Finally hit the 4 mana. Good fighter. I gotta take out that Skrelv again. And then I can crack the blood. Well, let me think about this. I gotta discard a card to activate it. Okay. Lunarch Veteran. Luminous Phantom. Now we don't have our air ability to hit in the air. And they do another Knight Errant. Nice. Okay. They're leaving up 3, 4, 5 blockers. They are at 11, but one of the blockers is Lifelink. Haunted Ridge, no thank you. Give me something I can use. It'd be great if I had one more mana. I do want to cast a spell this turn. I don't want to flip their Cathar. I'll definitely unflip it. Can give the Deep Cavern Bat +2/+2 if I play this pre-combat. Probably what I want to do. adversary number 2. Was at a range of the Voldaren Thrillseeker as a removal spell. Ooh, and now they're getting jiggy with it. Kind of a wild attack. Am I missing something here? And then I can almost take most of that. Favorable block on anything else. Take 14, 17. They lose most of their board. Am I missing something here? Okay, they're going to gain a bunch of life. Didn't think about that, but not terribly fighting. Big crackback here. For the schism. What was their plan there? Bukowsk. Oh, Bukowsk, what was your plan? Okay. Vampires, getting it done. It took a while. We got... Okay. Interesting hand. Maimon Vampire. Voldaren Epicure. Epicurious. Epicuriouser and Curiouser. Uh-oh, Battlefield Forge. Is it Boros Convoke? Which Boros is it? Boros Angels. Gleeful Demolition on my own. Interesting. I think they think we are Boros Convoke, and so they thought they would get the better of us with the Gleeful Demolition. Which means they either have multiple demolitions or they have no way to use their demolition. Human. Case of the Gateway Express. Okay, they have a terrible draw. Ooh, let's see if we can win. Can we beat the top deck in Standard? Another secluded courtyard. Okay. And yes, we can. All they have to do is not draw anything they can play. Vampires. Aggro. Up against Gidomus. And seems keepable to me. Can have a turn 2 Markov Baron if we like. If opponent allows it to stay. How free are they with the remove? Oh. It's going to be up against a skeleton deck, maybe? So I think I'm gonna go for the Markov Baron. Maybe should have gone for damage. I don't know. Seems like a good board to have on turn 2. Except they go for the throat. Our Lord. Lord and Savior Markov Baron. All right, well. Let's see how much more removal they got in there. That old hand of theirs. Oh, they are skelly. They're all about the skellies. I guess we'll take out Corpses of the Lost. They can double spell, though. Would you like to trade a Voldaren Epicure for your Cult Conscript? They would not. Damage. This is only activatable if a non-skeleton creature dies, so that's a little weird. Oh, so they top decked the Corpses of the Lost. Okay. Do we trade here or do we just race? We'll trade. Bitter Triumph. Well, no suspected skeleton, so kill the non-suspected skeletons. Bob's our uncle. Loot away this mountain and see what we find. Oh, another bat. Okay, let's see if this is a race we can win. It's gonna get interesting. 2-1 suspected skeleton. Or 3-1 suspected skeleton, actually. Not gonna be able to block those. Take 9. Leave back the 1-1. And opponent. They're gonna Virtue of Persistence our own guy. Ugh. Do I kill my own guy? I guess not. Block the 3-1. And guess kill one of these. I get this Soul Cauldron, yay! Do I have any good activated abilities? Not really. Just eat their Cult Conscript. You have haste too? Yeah, it does. Pretty good card. We're down to 7, we're down up to 10. With the Soul Cauldron. Can we get there? Don't have any more creatures in their graveyard. Okay. Start eating our graveyard. Block the 3/2. There's going to be another. I just don't see how we win this. There's got to be some way, but drawing a swamp was not it, probably. If I attack here, this blocks one of those. We take 3 or 4. That's another 4. So we can't attack. Guess we just pass the turn. Here's the tribal that, well, I already built the skeletons deck, but, you know. Kill. Kill. Die? Nope. So it goes in the land of the... How about getting Sound of Madness? Show you the Sound of Madness. We're kind of in trouble trying to cast Go for the Throat, but I guess we can loot with the blood token, maybe? Now, of course, opponent's going first with aggro. This is going to be a tough one, for sure. Oh, are they just keep a one-lander? No. They just like to sequence their lands in a teasing way. Okay, Markov Baron is a nice draw here. See what they've got, but hopefully they'll run out of juice and we can start getting in with the light blink. Picnic Runa. And give me some black mana, please, because I do want to... Contemplating whether to attack with the Swift Spears, which means they have a 1-mana instant spell. Maybe they just have one 1-mana instant spell. They're thinking maybe they should save it for the Picnic Runner, probably. And they probably should. With this deck, you want the explosive hits. I wasn't really thinking about this.
I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you.
Get your head out of your Legolas. Sound of Madness. Eh? Click their pet rock. Everybody get a pet rock. April Fool's Day. I think it's still available in the store as I record this. Raucous Theater. Well, that will eventually give me black mana. Oh, okay. Maybe opponent just had to go. Playing Vampire Aggro. Viaggro? For short? You could say that. We won't. You could. We go first. We don't have a 1-drop or a 2. Well, we do have a 2-drop, but it's not like a... I think I got to mulligan this. And then we drop a land, I guess? Drop an Epicure. Well, 2 Epicures and a Baron is pretty good. We'll drop the land. Deck has 24 lands. This could work. Plays a tap land. Ooh, this could be good. Right opponent. What do you got? Or was it Golgari? They could just like brick us here. Drop a 3/2 and do need to hit that land. Land drop, please. Mosswood Bread Knight. Yep. I just called it. Did I call it or did I call it? Let's plus up the life linker. We'll trade a 2/2. They're spinning their wheels, drawing a card next turn. That's fine. Opponent plays a forest. Preacher of the Schism on the other side, eh? Welly, welly, well. I could throw this, play the Socialite. I'll have some bigger creatures, or I could just play one of my own. Probably play the play. But I'm the aggro deck here, right? I'm the beatdown. If I attack with the Baron, they kill the Baron, but they take 4. And we're still ahead on board. I think that's the way to do it. Go to 8. Play this. Definitely plus all our vampires with this next turn. Okay, 4 mana. What they got? Shieldred, of course. Never don't have it. We can stand to lose the life. I just don't want them gaining the life. Personally. Would you like to trade, opponent? They don't care to. Guess, do I loot away a land just to see? And lose more life? Being cavalier with our life total here. We lost that serious life advantage pretty quickly. What are the chances I'm going to Sekenzin? Probably not high. I probably want this mana. Go up to 8. What they gonna do with the 5 mana? 4 cards. This game is far from over here, even though we're at 21. Okay, they have a Dread Knight. I'll actually gain them life. I can throw it down as a blocker. If I throw the Thrill Seeker at their face, or I could throw the Thrill Seeker at Liliana. Do I just take out Liliana now? I think so. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe Liliana is not actually much of a threat to us. I don't know. We're definitely getting in next turn. These guys are getting plussed. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm not even going to block. Draw. Takanuma. My favorite draw. See if we can get anything else. Exciting. Our own Preacher of the Schism. They are going to block. That means they probably have another Sheoldred. Well, guess what, opponent? We have another Preacher. What do you think of that? Yeah, they had another Sheoldred. Okay. And they have 2 blockers. Okay. Any reason not to all attack here? I don't think so. Markov Baron is nice. Wish this flew. This was flying. This would be. That would be what pushed this deck over the top. If it had the flying Markov Baron. Opponent gonna double block there. Okay. To trade that. We do get through for damage. Which means what? Doesn't really matter what order we do this in. Except I think they screw us on the tapping. Not really. It was Convoke, so get the black mana from these guys. All right, opponent. We are at 9. It's starting to look actually pretty dicey for us. Draw the card. Go to 7. They have another one. Go to 8. Drill back. They can gain some life. And it's out of range of the Blood Tithe Harvester. The killer token. Not great, Bob. Going down to 7. Let's attack with the Death Toucher. Now they're willing to trade. That makes me suspicious that they've got another shield, yet another Sheoldred. How many Sheoldreds could a Woodchuck chuck if a Woodchuck could chuck Sheoldreds? Go to 10. Play the Dread Knight. Play another Dread Knight. Blood Tithe Harvester is nice. Suppose we get in here. Let's math this out. They block all those. They take 6. We're not winning this turn anyway. That's smart. I could have had a spell to blow them out there if they double blocked with the other way. They weren't as worried about the blowout when they're losing the Dread Knights anyway. These stupid Dread Knights. They're grinding me down with their mid-range. Go for the throat or bigger Markov Baron. But they're running out of mana. Relatively. Still have 5 mana. 2 cards that we know of. Possible use of mana's here. Gix's Command. Okay. Kind of wiped the board. We're going to go to 6. We'll play another Death Toucher here. Dr. Broccoli. I really don't want that Restless Cottage coming after us. Ooh, okay. This can turn into a 4/4. I think it's worth trading the Preacher of the Schism for it, though. Need a card anyway. Fortunately, a Cavern of Souls. Yeah. Oh, they have another Restless Cottage. Sadly. Maybe would have been correct to throw away the Cavern of Souls. Kind of want to build up some blood. Have some removal the next time they play a Shieldred or some big chunky creature. Like off a Takenuma, say? There it comes. Maybe I should have drawn there. I don't know. They should have attacked. For a draw, we. All right. There's some life. We got it. We got to get removal for that Shieldred, and we hit it. Perfect. Okay. Discard a card. And want that mountain anyway. I'm down to 4. Fortunately, the cottage comes back. Makes a food. Oh, they don't attack with the cottage. No blocks. You got a pump spell, you win. Sentinel of the Nameless City, yeah. Okay, just need that backup vampire off the top. Por favor. The Mirax, try to make a bigger Sentinel of the Nameless City. Nope, just hit another Restless Cottage. No? Not a lot to be done about that. Wait, do we have the backup guy? Good. There and Thrill Seeker. my graveyard. I think, wait. No, but this doesn't put the counters. Doesn't matter, right? Maybe it does. They Boseiju you. Your last card was Boseiju you. Deep Cavern Bat. No. Okay, so they can be attacking with 3 creatures next turn, so I'm dead no matter what. I'll probably be attacking with 4 creatures next turn. So I suppose I may as well. So without the ability to throw this at their face, so that would have won us the game. If they didn't have Boseiju as their last card, we would have won. So good game. Nice drawing. You're one of Boseiju at the last minute. So how did we do? Well, 50% on the draw at least. I can't believe we were 33% on the play. That I think we hit some tough matchups and some tough variants in terms of the draws. I'm not able to show every game. We had some of our wins were not even that challenging. People gave up a little early, as you probably are going to have seen. So yeah, I don't know. This is a 6-0 deck from Platinum to Mythic, apparently, but in best of 3. So if you're thinking of playing this, I'd say try it out best of 3. If you're a busy dad who only plays best of 1, maybe skip over the Vampires aggro. It just felt a little clunky. There was something about like the mana curve or something here. Just didn't quite play great for me. Florian is a big threat. Maybe it would have been nice to get more of these. The Voldaren Thrill Seekers were great when we got them. The Go for the Throats, I think just in best of 1, up the Go for the Throats, up the Bitter Triumphs, cut the Agatha Soul Cauldrons. Maybe just get more interaction. Just some more cheap interaction probably would do wonders in best of 1. So that's the deck. Thanks for joining me here in the attic. I've been Manadad, reminding you Magic is a game so fun. Even dads can enjoy it. Check out some other cool stuff over here.